for all your support, covering us, giving our players, our programs, and our conference great media coverage. I would like to thank Brad Smith, Christian Spears, and our whole administrative team at Marshall for giving me the opportunity to come home and be the head football coach in the great state of West Virginia. So very, very excited about that. And as you all know, we have a story like no other at Marshall. Marshall has won at every level. Everybody's asked me today, what's your expectations? And my expectations, our fan base expectations, and our player expectations are all aligned. We want to win a Sun Belt championship. We do have a lot of work to do, and but we're gonna work our tails off to get that done. Would like to thank our fan base. Our fan base is special. We had over 10,000 at our spring football game. We've sold more season tickets than we have in the last decade. So people are excited about what we're doing at Marshall right now. And I think it helps too that 8 members of my full-time staff, count some off the field guys and our on the field coaches, are from the state of West Virginia or played at Marshall. So there's a lot of ties to that state. And then we have some, obviously a lot of our players from the state of West Virginia. So I think the fan base is excited. We've got people that want to be there. You've got a head coach now at Marshall that wants to be there. And we're going to do everything in our power to continue to have success there. I want to introduce 2 of my players I brought with us. Jalen Slappy from Columbus, Ohio. He's a redshirt junior, returning offensive lineman. And then Cam Smith from Cleveland, Ohio. He's a redshirt senior. These guys represent Marshall the right way. They've done everything right up to this point, academically, on the field, off the field, community service. They're the kind of guys that we want representing our program. But great young men, and I hope you guys get to spend some time with them today to get to know them a little better. Talk a little bit about my coaching staff. My offensive coordinator, Rod Smith. Rod and I worked together at Michigan, Arizona, WVU. Rod was my college roommate in my wedding. Rod's done a great job. Jacksonville State is the offensive coordinator the last couple of years. And then Shannon Morrison, our defensive coordinator. Shannon and I, again, go way back. Shannon's from West Virginia, played at Marshall, was on a national championship team. Shannon is really good. And then our special teams coordinator is Jackson White, played at Marshall, was with me at NC State. And so, got a good core of guys. We had one holdover, Ralph Street, our defensive line coach, does a great job. Ralph can recruit, just like the rest of our staff. So, but I know you guys have heard it all day yesterday, probably this morning as well, but we have 72 new players. We got 54 out of the portal, and we have 18 high school kids that have came in. So, we're at 72 to start fall camp. Hopefully it stops there, that we don't have to go get anybody else. But we will be at 105 starting camp. And but really, really excited about how our team works, how our guys have bought into our culture, and they understand how special Marshall is and what we play for. We play for the name on the front of our jersey, not the back, and our guys have bought into that. So, but with that, I will open it up for any questions, and would be happy to answer anything you guys have.
We'll now open the floor for questions. Once again, for those of you in the room, if you have a question, please raise your hand, and our buddy Emmanuel Peppis will get a microphone to you. For those of you on Zoom, please type your questions into the chat, and we'll read them here in the room.
Hey, Coach, Tyler Kennett from the Herald-Dispatch in Huntington. I know in the spring you talked a lot about how important retention is in that spring portal phase. I guess now that we're getting close to the fall, how would you assess how well you guys did with that, and just how some of those new guys who did come in during that part of the year, how they've been meshing together?
Yeah, we did a really good job of, our staff did a great job And some of our leaders on our football team did a great job of holding guys there. We tell them the doors don't lock from the inside, so you're not locked in here. If you want to leave, leave, because I want people that want to be at Marshall and want to be a part of our family. And we lost two starters. We lost our starting long snapper and our starting kicker after spring ball. One went to Arizona State, the other went to North Carolina. We've replaced those guys. We got Lorcan Quinn, our kicker from Ireland, 24-year-old freshman. So excited about Lorcan. He speaks, he's got a good Southern West Virginia drawl, so he fits right in there. But it's going to be fun with those guys. Then we have a couple long snappers that will be competing for the job. And then we brought in Adrian Norton from Akron, a wide receiver, a very good player, put up some big numbers a year ago. But he's been in with us over the summer. And those are, we had a couple other guys that right now are just, we're going to see where they're at during fall camp. But I know Adrian can help us. Tony Mathis is a running back that we got in the spring portal that's a real guy. He's played at the highest level, college football, and have had success. So we're really excited about Tony. He's a big kid, runs really hard, and he's a great young man.
Coach, Sparty Laughlin here with KTSW San Marcos. You talk about how your offensive and defensive coordinators, they've been with you for a while, have ties with West Virginia and Marshall. How important do you think that is, having guys on your staff that have been in the Thundering Herd program before and, kind of know what it takes to be a part of that program?
Yeah, that was my whole goal on hiring a staff, is I wanted people, number one, that wanted to be there, and number two, that had some knowledge of what we do, because again, our story is different than any other in college football. With the history of our football program, it's a special place, and you want people there that understand the culture and the fan base. And you can walk down the street at any time in Huntington, West Virginia. You're going to pass somebody on the street that's going to stop me and say, "Hey, Coach, my grandfather was on that plane. Hey, Coach, my dad was on that plane." And you want the right people representing what this university, what our state, and what our football program's all about. So it was very, very important to me to get those kind of guys. And Rod and Shannon, they're not only good football coaches, but they're good people. They're good husbands, they're good fathers, and they care about our kids. And that was important to me.
We've got a question on Zoom from Ben Anderson at WMUL-FM for Coach. You mentioned this earlier, with so many new players on the roster, how is this team adapting thus far? And as a second question, what's your quarterback battle looking like right now between Zion Turner and Carlos Del Rio Wilson?
Yeah, we'll address the quarterback situation. Right now, Carlos Del Rio, if we played today, he would be our starter. He earned that coming out of spring. But
His name is Tony
Zion
Gibson, and this is his first season as a Marshall football head
we're about
coach.
to hit a great stretch here. I
Let's
think this is
listen
the
in
best
once
time
again.
of football in August camp. There's no classes. There's no hour rule. So we get to spend a lot of time with these guys, and we're going to bond those guys together, do the best we can. We've done a lot of things in the off season. One thing that we are doing next Thursday, we're going to close the streets in Huntington, and we're going to run to the cemetery. We're going to remember and honor the guys on the Hill, and then during fall camp, we'll watch the movie We Are Marshall to get some bonding going with these guys. And but we have a lot of work to do. And then the other guy too, I know he asked about Carlos and Zion, but the other kid that it will be competing is Ja'Kai Long. Ja'Kai Long is a legacy of Marshall. His dad played there. Ja'Kai throws it really, really well. He's got 4 years of eligibility. He redshirted a year ago. But I think that Ja'Kai is the future of our program. He's special.
There you go, the Marshall Thundering Herd. We're here in our Sunbelt studios. Time now to talk James Madison.